Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I hope you stick around and I hope you like what you see, what we're doing over here. I'm going to finish up this little envelope journal that we made out of basically just 3 pieces of freebies that Miss Angela Kerr had on her Angela Kerr's what is it, fans of Angela Kerr Facebook group. That's what it was. So we covered the envelope yesterday and did all of that. So I decided that other piece of the cut aparts, I was just going to put that as my middle page. And I'll show you in a minute what I did to it. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and sew the signature in. I went ahead and made my tags and stuff up and got them all done up and backed and got them decorated. I got my pockets done, front and back. I got everything separated out front and back. And I'm just going to go on ahead and sew the signature in this and decorate it and call it done. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of decorating on it. We just, you know, because this is mainly for just writing, you know, which is what a journal is supposed to be for. So we just made it pretty to look at. Made some pretty pieces to go in it. So I start out in the middle. I go about 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the bottom. Poke it through, and then I'll lay it on its side and poke it all the way through. It was a little awl. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this baker's twine. I think I got it either at Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree. It has American Crafts on it, so I'm not sure where that is from. So I'm thinking I got it at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. And I got a little bigger end of a needle. It's a blunt end needle. So it may be a little bit rough to get this through here. I think it is. It's going to be a little rougher to get it through. Whoops. Just because the needle's a little bit bigger than I'm used to. Alright, let me switch this needle out. Well, I don't really need to switch the needle. I just need to repoke this hole. Let's repoke the hole. Let's do that. See if that works first. There we go. Repoke the hole. Get it down into the fat part of the awl. And maybe that'll help us out. What y'all think? There we go. Yep, that'll work. So I thought this would be cute to have the little blue and white baker's twine as our book seam binding. And on this, you do the same as you did if you had the same as you did. You would do the same as if you had what is that? The I'm sorry, I'm trying to put this in here and I don't have the hand strength. So I gotta be quiet and concentrate. But you would do the same as if you had the waxed thread with the baker's twine. The same exact stitch. Just make sure you don't poke it and pierce the threadings on it, because if you poke it, then it's not going to allow you to tighten it up. I think this is being a little tricky because, like I said, this needle's a little fatter than what I'm used to, just because I'm using the baker's twine. So I decided to use a little fatter end of a needle. So I got to go a little bit up farther on the awl where it's got the little fat end to get the needle through with the baker's twine is all I got to do here. It's the only reason why I'm having an issue at this point. There we go. Okay. So is that tightening up on the outside? Yep. So we're going to take and run it underneath this one on the opposite side, just like you would. I'm going to tighten it up and tie us a couple of knots. Yeah, make sure that's good and tight. I got one. I'll just tie a couple of knots. I usually do, you know how like you tie your shoes and then you tie a bow? Well, I do one knot like that, and then I do 2 other knots on top of it to make sure that it's not going to come loose on me. I'm going to tie this in a bow here on the inside just because I think it would be pretty. Try to tie it tight, which now I can take these clips off anytime now. I just want to tie that on there without the pages flopping around in my face. I'm going to cut the excess off of this here. I just want a little bit to where it'll hang from one end or the other, and it's got a pretty bow on in the middle part of it. I'm going to put these bits up, going to tidy up a little bit. Get these bits up out of our way. And then we're going to decorate this thing up and be done with it. And these little needle, I found this, it was separate from my wax yarn. It just the different sizes of needles with different eyes, lengths, and thicknesses of them. There's about 10 of them in a little needle tube that I had on Etsy. Or not Etsy, Amazon. That's where I got that from. I got all these colors of wax threads on Amazon as well. I'm trying to see if I can get together a list of Lori's tools and see if we can do that and link some of those links for you. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good and tight. Yes, ma'am. Oh yes, that's gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna flex this a little bit. All right, so this here, so these I did off of camera. We cut them yesterday. It's just some of that Tim Holtz paper. I didn't even put a backing on them, just, you know, I may do it later, but right now not. And the sticker bits, the birds I got from Hobby Lobby, and the floral bits came from Tamu. So it's going to put these right here in the front. I'm going to take this, and this was part of the paper kit that Miss Angela Kerr had, and I'm going to put that in the back right here so you can see that little bird. And then the other pieces, the little cut aparts that I said I was going to make tags out of, I had 2 pages of that, so I decided just to cut the white out from around it. And then on the back of it, I just took antique linen and a blending brush and just went over that to knock the start whiteness down. Is all I did. So I like that. All right. So I have my bits separated in the front and back. You know how we do. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take and I want to put on the back. I was wanting to put this on the back, but I was like, I cut that to where it would do a full page. The belly band would be a full 8 by 8 or 8.5 length. So I think I'm going to put this one here, and then this I'm going to treat it as a belly band on this page, and glue it just on the sides here, and put some and fold up a piece of coffee dyed paper or tea dye paper to put in it. Because I didn't really make a whole lot of, you know, extras for this. it was just a little quick, simple thing for the weekends. All I did. So I got 3 pockets for the front, 3 pockets for the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, which works out great. So every 3rd page will have a pocket. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'll have a pocket here. Oops. Well, I reckon it matters. Alright, well, I don't want that on that, so, okay, let's do this. It's a pocket there. 1, 2, 3. So let's figure this out, y'all. I want this yellow bit here with this, with the yellows there. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll put this one here. 1, 2, 3. And seeing my belly band's going to be there. That's why I was wanting to put the belly band on the back of this page. And I could put that one on the back of that one, is what I was thinking. I'm probably going to do that. Let's just trim it down. We can trim it off the top here, no problem. And I can do that. Let's just trim it up. Now you're going to measure. We're just going to put a little mark on it and just trim it off right there. Trim it right below it. That's what I'm going to do, y'all. And I got the, y'all remember the other day when we did the 1-inch folio, I did the base make on that. I got all my papers and everything cut for that too, because that's going to be a design team project that we're going to put up and start tomorrow. I'm so excited and happy. So we'll get that underway and tomorrow, and I'll share the kit, where I got it from, and all of that information tomorrow. So if you want to come back tomorrow, we'll have that up. And that'll be going on. Yeah, see, we can do that. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3. I can put this here. I like that. So we'll have that there, have this one here. And I'm going to glue it, like I said, on the sides. I thought about making it a tuck, but I was like, no, let's just do a belly band. I don't know, I still might do a tuck, because I think you could put a bigger item in it if you do a tuck. But I was wanting it as a belly band. Let's just leave it as a belly band. So then if we do that, we can put this here. So that would be 1, 2, 3. We'll do this one. 1, 2, 3. We'll do this one. That's good with that across front. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do, y'all. Or should we put this back one so we don't have so much right on the middle? Let's do that. Let's go 1 over for each one. I think that's what I like. We'll do 1 over for each one. And that way it won't feel like they're just, you know, on top of each other right in the middle of the book. And there we go. Flip over. And we'll go here and go back 1. So then that way they're a little little more spread out than just on top of each other. And that works out good too. Okay. All right. And that's our placement of our pockets. Let's go ahead and get them glued in. And we're going to call it done. So I thought about if I wanted to put lace on these. And I may do that just because I don't have as many pockets. But I don't know if I'm going to do that on video or not, because I hadn't planned on it. But I was thinking of doing like maybe 3 in the front and 3 in the back. But I don't know. I don't really want a whole bunch sticking out of it, because I want this where you can carry it with you, you know. I am going to do a tie around lace closure. I'm going to run it through here and fabric tack it down, so it's attached to the book and you won't lose it. Because I think when we get it fixed, it is going to be a little gatory. I think that's going to be cute, y'all. It's a fun little weekend project. All we did, out of 2 envelopes and 3 sheets of paper and some scrap music in a book page. And then these color pages I've had for, I couldn't tell you how long. They've been in my little 8.5 by 11 color bin for who knows, good Lord. Probably as long as I've crafted, to be honest with you. That's why I said I have no clue where they came from. They're a fairly good thickness of cardstock, but you know, I thought that would be cute with their yellow and blue bird and flower themed, just it goes well with that, with the papers, you know, the overall color scheme. And it's going to have plenty of writing room in this, just plenty of writing room, so that it could be, my intentions was to give it to my soon-to-be daughter-in-law for her wedding planning, whatever she wanted to do, keep track of stuff, you know, events that happen along the way, you know, things to remember and whatever, you know, which she has, I think has an official wedding planner person, but, you know, it'd be ideas and stuff, just remembrance for her, you know, what her experience was and such. Because she is a journaler. She keeps a journal. So I think that would be something nice for her. It's pretty and colorful. But that was my my thinking anyways, is that's what I was going to do with it. Because she's got a birthday coming up in July. So I said that would be the perfect birthday gift. She likes blue. And she likes to journal. So there we go. And she can use it as, you know, just her everyday journal for the summer or what have you. Or she can use it, you know, to make wedding plans, or her thoughts and, you know, things that, hey, I'm sitting here thinking, just keep it in her purse and remember to, you know, just scribble it down somewhere. You know what I mean? So that was my thinking anyways. All right, and I snipped that a little bit shorter on that side, just so I wouldn't over glue it and wind up gluing all them pages together. Because, you know, I do that just a little bit. I have a tendency to over glue and then have all my pages stuck together that don't need to be stuck together. So I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. This will be y'all's Sunday video. I'm shooting this Saturday evening. I've worked on this most of the day. Me and my little Moonbeam sitting in here, and then she was playing with her little Barbie ship, her little Barbie cruise ship that she was gifted from my oldest daughter's friend had it, and her child, or my youngest daughter's friend had it during her childhood. So she's like, pass it along to little Luna. We cleaned it up. You know, it wasn't that dirty. It's just, you know, just wipe it off and sanitized it more or less, you know, because it had been in storage. And then it was in, I mean, practically brand new, like you just took it out of the box. I mean, really. So, but you know, we're a little more particular with the grandbabies than when we're our own kids. You know, everything's got to be sanitized, and this and that. But, you know, now we got COVID and this and that and other going on. And I don't know if I should have said that on here. I may get struck. I don't know. But anyways, that's why, you know, we sanitize it up just for cautionary reasons, you know. That's all. You know, the little girl that gave it to her, you know, she's a fairly well-kept little girl. Or, well, young lady, I should say. It's the same young lady that her parents both had passed, and she was cleaning out her childhood home, basically. And she had it still in her bedroom. And she said she wanted to pass it along to little Moonbeam. And I tell you what, she has had a ball with it. It's a cruise ship, Barbie cruise ship, and it's got like a swimming pool with some slides in that goes into it. Oh, she had a ball, y'all. Sitting in there in the dining room floor, playing and talking with the Barbies. And then she come in here and looked at my tags and stuff and gave them the okay and the thumbs up, you know, that they were good. So I knew I could go ahead and make my video and put it up because Moonbeam okayed it. Said it was good, Meemaw. So, but she liked all the pretty colors and the pretty birds. She's something else. She's 4 years old. And just talks and talks. And says things, you just look and you're just like, wow, she really said that? How does she know that big word, you know? But my oldest daughter reads to her all the time, which she read a lot when she was little. We used to sit and just read. You know, all day long we'd just sit and read books. Because by the time she was reading and writing before she was talking. I mean, like, seriously. And I was worried that, you know, that maybe she had a speech impediment or what have you, but doctor was like, no. I mean, she talks, I mean, she talked like a grown-up when she did talk. She just didn't talk much. So I was like, well, you know, I'm kind of quiet too, you know, so I like to be by myself and read, you know, just take in, you know, I observe more than I put out. Does that make sense? So he's like, you know, she's fine. I was like, well, you know, she's 1 year old and she's reading chapter books. You know, and you can ask her, you know, what was it about? And she'll tell you what it was about. She sure would. I was just like, youngin's way too smart. Way too smart. But yeah, she is a smart cookie, which all my kids are smart. I had dyslexia. And you know, I have numbers are backwards and words are backwards. So like I would see the word like allow her, very. Okay, so all of this YREVEKAM, that's how I see it. It's backwards. So I have to look at it, flip it around, and then read it. So I hated reading out loud in class because it took me a long time to read aloud in class because of that. Because all the words were flip-flop, you know. So, I mean, I could read, and I can read anything I want to. I can't spell that good. I don't understand that. I can read whatever I want because, you know, with dyslexia, you have to learn to flip the words around and pronounce it, you know. So, basically, you have to trick your mind into being a mirror because, and for a long time, they thought it was my eyesight, but I was just dyslexic. And I was well into high school before they figured that out. And I mean, I was excelling in math and science, but we had, what was it, a correspondence class of such that we had to take our senior year, and I was failing miserable, which I was, you know, I hated English, absolutely hated it, and the only reason I hated it was because I had to read aloud. So every class, you know, it's like, I don't want to read aloud. And it never failed. The teacher would call on me to read aloud. And I hated it. I really did. It made me not want to read after that because of that. And I was like, I can read anything. It just takes me longer than anyone else to read it because I have to flip everything around, you know? So I think I was maybe in the 9th grade. And there was a teacher that caught on to that, and they did some testing and stuff on me, and come to find out my IQ was, I think at that time, was 145, 150, somewhere in that range. And they were like, so she's just being lazy. That's what, you know, the English teacher thought. Well, they brought in this this extended care teacher, which, you know, she's like, so she got a hold of my case, and she asked me, you know, because they were going to try to hold me back one year, and I was like, I can read anything I want to. I just hate reading aloud in class because all the words are backwards. And she's like, what do you mean all the words are backwards? I was like, you know, and I told her, I was like, see this, you know, like I just did y'all, you know, it starts over here, the Y-R-E-V. I have to flip the word around to be able to say it out loud. And that's why I hate reading loud in class. And that was part of our participation grade at that time. We had to read aloud in class for 5 minutes every day. I was like, well, I'm just going to fail because I'm not reading. And yeah, that's just the way it was. So then this teacher, you know, she brought in the specialist, and they tested me and this and that, you know, and they were like, well, she's not applying herself. She has dyslexia. And at that time, you know, nobody that I knew of had it, or, you know, or have ever heard of it or whatever. So I was like, so I told you I wasn't stupid. Told you I wasn't lazy. I just don't like reading aloud in your classroom. You know, that type of thing. I was like, and it's not even, you know, don't like to read. I just don't like to read aloud. You know, they just couldn't understand that. You know, well, why don't you like reading out loud? Because I don't. I look at that, y'all. That is plumb upside down. Is it? Yep, it is. I think it is. We're going to put it in there anyways. I don't know, is it upside down? It may be. Okay, alright, so then we're going to take these and sprinkle them back through. Let's put a yellow one in that. But yeah, so that was my school history, going to school. But after we figured that out, and they, you know, they did that, come to find out, like I said, I was dyslexic. So after that, everything was great. You know, like I said, I mean, I passed all my grades with, you know, A's and B's, even in the English class, up until I got to that point to where we had to read aloud. I just was not going to do it. I think I'm going to take me a couple of sheets of this coffee dyed paper and just, or ink dye, or tea dyed, and just fold it up and put it in them belly bands. That's what I think I'm going to do with that. I'm going to do, you know, like the old envelope fold, where you fold it in thirds, like you're stuffing in a 10-inch envelope, mailer envelope type situation. Let's see if that'll work. I'm going to need to cut this down though, ain't I? Both of them. Well, yeah, I am going to have to cut this one down. Well, we can fold it different. see if this one here will go in that other side. But yeah. Oh, I bet you it won't, because I bet you I overglued it. Yep, sure did. That's okay. Watch this. We'll put one back here anyways, because I was gonna do that anyhow. We'll put one in the back. I want to put one in the front as well. Whoopsie. Just cause that pocket, I puckered it up too much, so the tags weeble wobble, and I don't want them to do that. So I want, when you open it, they stay where they're supposed to stay. So yeah, after all of that, and I have, let's see, 6s, 8s, and 9s are all backwards. I have to look at twice. 7s, 2s, and 5s for some reason are all flipped around, so I have to look at them twice. And some things I have to look at twice, some things I don't. But now if I look at it, or if I hear it, you know, I can jot it down. But if you tell me a number, if I'm looking at the number like the 5, 7, 4, 6, I can just, you know, write it. But if you're telling me that number, oh, it's a different story. I'll have it flipped plumb around. That's why I liked coding so much, because it was only 1s and 0s. Can't really flip those around too much, you know, you can't really get those too much backwards. Yeah, I think that's going to be a cute little journal. Plenty of writing space. Minimal decorations, which is fine. You don't have to bling them out. You don't have to over decorate them. And I know sometimes I do over decorate. I know that. But you know, you just make so many pretty things, and you just want them in there. Is that 2 pieces? Right. This is the 32-pound Staples brand that I love. I love that paper. So you can print as dark as you want, as light as you want on any side of the paper. I need to cut this. Well, I guess I am going to have to wind up measuring you, ain't I, buddy? Actually, I need 2 of them, so I got to measure both of them. How long they are. This is into inches. Alright, that is 7. Let's do 7.5. 7.5 on them. And I'll save the other piece for backing tags and such. I'll just put it right here in our backing papers. I'm going to need to get another one out, because I forgot that there was 2 sides to that thing. Yep. So most of the time, like when I was in school, any test that I had to take, they would come get me out and put me in a room and let me take the test, especially if it was a time test, that is. Now, sorry, let me get it right. If it was a time test, they would come get me and put me in a room, and basically someone read the test to me so I could, you know, and I would get it done quicker than anybody. But just the reading part of it, I mean, reading and comprehension, I didn't have a problem with. It was the words being backwards I had a problem with. So I would have to sit and take so long flipping everything around, especially if it was something that was timed. Oh goodness, I had a rough time with that. So any like in the grade testing or EOG type stuff, which, you know, now it's EOGs and placement something and others and this and that, but yeah, back then, you know, we just had to you know, where you filled in the little dots, multiple choice, whatever. We had those. Oh, and I cut it just a hair too long. I glued too much, something. Well, we gonna fix you up, buddy. Oh, you know why? Because this is 7.5. I didn't allow for the glue. See? Yep, there we go. And if you wanted to, you could take this and hook it right there if you really wanted to. You know, just so it would, it's going to stay in there anyway because it's snug. Alright, so there's our belly band with our ink dyed page behind it. Now let's figure this one over here out. Oh, I didn't even put the, oh, I didn't put the tags in the back part of it yet, knucklehead. Alright, let me see here. Get my ruler. Let's see how far I glued to it. Alright, about to the flowers and about to that smidget. Okay. I got this off of Tamu. It's one of those zeroing rulers where you have the zero here and it has you measure, and then it has 12 inches and it's broke down into the 16ths on this side. Love this thing. Alright, to the floral bit. So let's do, let's just go 3 inches because it's showing 3 1/8 to the floral bit, but I just want to make sure we got, you know, the pulling room. So I need to fold it to where it measures 3 inches. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. And this is why I like this. I like this score board because see, it has that lip on it for where you're scoring. So when you cut, it lays this way, but when you score, it has the lip. You just flip it over, push your edge up against it, and push it to the top, and it scores. So when I do something like this, where it's got a measure on it that I need to fold, and when I fold all of my journal pages, I'll push it up against the edge here, and do this, and then I come down the middle and fold it in half. That's how I do that. Okay, so how long are you? 8.5. I need to do a 3-inch fold. Thereabouts 3 inches. Probably should have did a score. It would have been simpler to measure, would it not have been, y'all? I know somebody's yelling that at me. Why didn't you just score it? It would have been simpler. Well, you know, that's why. Just, well, you know, that's why. And I know I could make these look, you know, like genuine envelopes and this and that, but I just want it to be, you know, like an old piece of paper that's stuffed in there. See, that's cute. I like that. I love that kit that I found. The tea. Ooh, quit throwing stuff at yourself. So it's Digital Fit is the one that has the coffee rings on it, front and back. Love that. Can you see it without the glare? Love that. It's different lightnesses and darknesses. And this is tea stain printable papers from Country Mouse Prints. Love these kits. Just love that. Love it, love it, love it. So that's probably what I'll be using from now on, is papers to that I print on pages that need to have, you know, just a coffee dye or tea dye or what have you on it, depending on the darkness to go with the rest of the journal. And for papers like that. And then in between pages, like journal page parts. Okay, so I think I put this here. No, that one's taller, so it needs to go in this. Put that there. There's a blue and blue. I think we did a blue and a yellow, right? And that on the front. And then that's the last one. So then we'll do the blue, and that's back yellow. And then in this one, we'll do this with the little sunflower sticking out. Here, let's switch these up. There we go. All right, so that's it, y'all. They're a good little weekend project. So I did actually all together real-time work on this afternoon, with you know, decorating the tags and that, and gluing these down, cutting them out, inking them, and putting the stuff on them. You know, all of that was probably about an hour off camera work. Just, you know, gluing the tags down, letting them dry enough to where I could cut them and, you know, them not just rolled completely up. And I decorated the pockets. Actually, I think I did these slanted pockets. Did those off camera as well. So, you know, I did that last night for about 30 minutes after I got off making the cover. So yeah, the slanted pockets was a good 30 minutes last night. So all together, this whole project, excuse me, with the cover build, figuring out the papers and all of that, and, you know, like I said, had no clue I wanted to do it. Just put it together was, you know, had I sat down all together at one time, probably about maybe 3 to 4 hours. And it had not been videoing it, you know, it would have been less than that. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my light blue lace and tie it around it, and that's going to be done. So I should have got that out, but I didn't think I would get done this quick, to be honest with y'all. Is that going to be the light blue? I think so. I think it'd be pretty. I think that'd be right pretty. So I can do blue and yellow. Let me get the yellow one. Shut up. Just seen it poking its head out. Is that going to be too? No, it's a little too yellow. I got a light one somewhere. Apparently not in that bucket. I don't think about that blue. I think that blue there would be prettier. I know it's kind of hard to tell with the glare, but that blue's a little lighter. Let's look. We'll look at it. Well, y'all, I thought I had a lighter colored yellow, but apparently I don't. I may have taken it out of the cart. Okay, but yeah, that might work. Let's see what we got here. Oh, now I'll sit down on my chair and wants to lower me to the floor every single time, man. This thing kills me. One of these days it probably will sling me plumb across the room, which it did that one night. But see what I'm saying? Like, because it's got the shimmer on it, I like that one. We're going to use that one. And I'm going to get this chair out from underneath me where it hurts me. we're going to do this. So how I do this is I'll measure the lengthwise of the book. So that's front and back, and then I'm going to do front and back again, just for, because you know I like the bows on it. And that's what I do. So I measure, whoops, I'm sorry, I headbutted the filming apparatus. Headbutted my light. And I hope I'm not yelling at y'all now, because my face is level with the camera. And like I said, I have actually thought about because you can raise these up. I actually thought about that. That sneeze about got me. Snuck up on me. Oh yeah, that's gonna be, shoo, that's gonna be pretty. That is gonna be plumb pretty. So see how I'm doing this? I just raise that up and slide my lace right underneath it. Am I even in camera? So I can't tell now because I'm standing up. And I just slide that lace underneath there. And we'll bring it over here. Even it out. The ends will be even. And I'm going to scooch that as far down as I can. Which I could leave it like that and not glue it. I think I might on this one. And just pull it to the front and tie the bow in the front. I think that's what I'm going to do with this. Just because that lace is up a little bit higher than I would like. Because of that middle page, I had to make the middle hole a little more higher. Because usually the middle is definitely in the middle. And this is about a ½ inch higher. Just because my middle page in my book was shorter. I know I don't make, you know, anywhere near pretty bows, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So there we go. So that's what I did with this purple one that we did the other day as well. I just tied a purple lace around it, the flip-flop one. So yeah, that's what we've done in the last 2 weekends, y'all. Right there. That's been our weekends. I love that. That's plumb cute. Alrighty, so that's it. I think we're done with it. I'm gonna get off of here, get my video uploaded for y'all for Sunday, so then y'all can see this. And then, like I said, it's my Saturday night. I'm gonna go to the movies, as I call it. I'll holler at my dog and like, Snoop, you wanna go to the movies? And he'll be like, roof. So he'll come in here and lay at my door and watch. We'll either watch crafting videos if I need to catch up on some things going on in the crafting YouTube world, like, you know, the collabs and this and that. Or I'll watch Netflix. So tonight I'm probably going to watch some Netflix movies because there's a few come out that I want to see. And I just, you know, need to get away from crafting. Because once you start, like, you know, like this here, just idea after idea kept coming, and I was just like, shoot, that was just 3 pieces of paper. Look what we did with that, you know? Love it. So, and I've prepped enough, and that's why, like, this week, I've really not done a whole lot of heavy projects, basically. It was because I know next week I'm going to sit on my knees on the floor here. So I knew next week I got a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of stuff going on. We're going to have 2 people's going to be going on vacation from work next week. So I'm scheduled 5 days, but I'm on call all 7. So I'm going to work Sunday, which is tomorrow, to get videos ahead as much as I can throughout the week. But I've already got 2 projects done. Done. I just got to film it. That's it. I mean, I got the paper cut. I need to make a cover for my one journal for my design team project. And I didn't have to do this many projects, but I just want to give an idea of what you can do with the digital kits. You know, like I said, this here was 3 pieces of paper, y'all. I mean, really, 3 pieces of paper, and this is what we came up with. I mean, just pretty. So, I've got a folio coming up, which will be for January the 1st, or January. I wished it was January. Good Lord, it wouldn't be so hot outside. July the 1st. It's Christmas in July. January the 1st, Design Theme Project is what I'm going to have, folio. And then we'll start into the making the journal with the same paper kit. So, yeah. And then probably later on in the month, whatever scraps that I have and don't use, because I printed 3 copies of the kit, because I knew I wanted to do a journal, I knew I wanted to do a folio, and I thought about trying to do a mini album. And I was like, that's going to be a lot, you know, because I wanted to do Christmas in July. Like, I definitely wanted to do the journal and the one that I had in my box for over a year. So, but it's not going to be every day Christmas in July. So those are the 3 projects that I have lined up for July. And then plus I want to do the ice cream journal, and I think I might wind up going back and finishing up and doing another strawberry journal, because we've got all the bits for it, you know, and it's sitting right here. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I want to make that journal because it's so pretty. But I will see. We'll get these 3, the folio and the 2 Christmas journals and the ice cream journal for sure coming up. Then if we got extra time, we'll just figure out what we can do with what we want. That's what we're going to do, y'all. Alrighty, thank y'all all so much for joining and crafting along. And I know some of you have crafted along and told me that you were trying to do the folio. And I will, in the video tomorrow, I will give out the measurements again on the folio and the paper cuts for it. So like I've got some pages that I've, like a block like this, where it's got like the background block, so a border around it, and I'll give out the measurements for that. So Miss Maggie, if you want me to, honey, you can contact me directly on Instagram, direct message me on there, and or you can send me an email, and I will try to switch information with you to where I can help you personally make your daughter her baby mini album if you need my help, okay? Just let me know. Miss Betty, I'm glad to hear from you. I kind of got worried this morning. I hadn't heard nothing from you on a couple of videos, and you told me you'd been shopping, so I'm glad you're all right, honey. Let's see. Miss Denise, thank you for joining us and coming along on our venture on the channel here. Miss Denise is from Texas, Corpus Christi. So Miss Maggie's from Texas. She's in Houston. And then, let's see, we had Nadia help us out this week. We did a tag challenge with her. And then, let's see, Paper Monkey. Oh goodness, she has blessed us, y'all. Paper Monkey shared my video on her community page. And I tell you, I was nervous about that. I almost was in tears that night that I started to shoot that video, because I was like, I have no clue as to what I'm going to do. I really don't, you know. And I was like, I'm so nervous because I'm afraid I'm going to get on here and be like, and everybody like, oh, well, anybody could have done that. You know, I mean, it's that kind of stuff. And nobody put that pressure on me. I did it to myself, you know. So, but yeah, this community loves each other. We love on each other all the time, y'all. So I greatly appreciate that. I think I'm going to get caught up on some of the collabs going on that's going to start on the 1st. I know, let's see, I know Rach and Bella has a new collab going on. I know there's a Christmas crafts in July on someone's channel. I got to check into that, though. I think you have to be a member of the Facebook group. I'm not sure about that, but I'll find out. And like I said, there's a lot of Christmas in July. There's always hashtag Merry Monday. I may start doing that after this to continue on getting build up for Christmas. And then probably about the end of September, we'll probably switch over. I'll do a few fall things, and then after that, we'll switch over and we'll do some Christmas. It's probably going to be a bunch of Christmas folios. Y'all going to get sick of seeing them, probably. And Miss Maggie, I'm not sure how far along your daughter is. If you can wait till maybe the end of October, I'm planning on doing a full walkthrough, build on camera, a mini album. It's probably going to be a 6x8 with fold outs. It's not going to be elaborate flip flaps because that takes a lot of time to do, but it will be like a 6-inch by 8-inch and a 2-inch spine with page fold outs. So and that way you have like a page for each month of the baby's first year to put a picture in. So if you want to, we'll try to get into that around the 1st of October. So I know I've had a lot of people ask and stuff, so I'm trying to give out information, and just in case I've missed comments or what have you, or you've missed my reply. I think that's all I can think of at the moment. But I greatly appreciate all the new subscribers that have came over from the Tag Your Turn challenge. Thank you all so much for your support. I greatly appreciate you. And I'm going to get off here, and y'all have a good night.